Hi Facebook world and friends and family. Today we're going to make Z's porridge. This is a great, sustainable, very filling, will last all day, great carbs, proteins, nutrients that we need, especially in this day and time. What we're going to make is a still cut oats with sweet potato and beans. We're using our beautiful pressure cooker. The recipe for the still cut oats, what I'm doing is something called a congee, which is a more of a watery oatmeal, basically a porridge, allowing it to digest a lot easier. So we are making just enough for about 2 to 3 people. I'm going to do a half a cup of good old Bob Mills still cut oats. It is gluten free, but it still has all those great slow burning carbs. So about a half a cup into my pressure cooker. And this is going to make people go, what? But I'm going to put 2 cups of water. That's right, only a half a cup to 2 cups. So a half a cup of oats, 2 cups of water. I am using my great filtered water here. Yeah. All right, 2 cups of water. Just evenly portion it out. And we are going to do easy 1 push button for the porridge settings, 20 minutes. It takes about 25 minutes for it to be complete. That gives me enough time to move on to my next portion of this deliciousness. Okay, so I'm gonna chop up 1 sweet potato. Sweet potato. I'm using a white sweet potato today. Get my cast iron warming up to about a medium heat. I'm going to add some oil. Once that's heated, I'm going to add to the pan some chopped garlic. That is Z's chimichurri.
What's in it?
That has a good heaping amount of parsley and cilantro, green chili, red chili flake, delicious cold pressed olive oil, garlic, and a couple other special things. Did
you put any oregano?
Oh
thyme?
yeah.
Okay.
There's oregano in there, but I didn't have time for the thyme. So this is still heating, so we'll let this heat up, and we'll get back to you in just a minute. We'll be right back on Z's Cooking. So we are back and we have hot oil on the stove. This is now counting down to 20 minutes, which will give us enough time to cook everything down. I'm going to start with some white onion, and I'm going to put that in the hot oil over the stove on a cast iron for about a minute. Once those are getting a little bit translucent, I'm going to add my garlic. I like a good amount of garlic, so I'm using 6 cloves of garlic right now. Really good for our immune system. Add that. Stir that in for about a minute. I like a little pinch of salt for every ingredient I add. That will help release those flavors. I got about 2 tablespoons of oil in this pan right now. You can see it's starting to become a little bit translucent. Okay, now I'm going to add my potatoes. Give it a nice stir. Coat the potatoes with all the oil. You can add any kind of flavor seasoning that you prefer. I like a little Himalayan salt, good amount of black pepper. I'm going to add some dried thyme. I'm going to add some dried oregano. At this point, I'm going to stir this around for a second. Get all those flavors going. And now I'm just going to let that sit for a few minutes. Start browning each side. As I'm waiting for that, I'm going to start heating up my beans. I'm doing kidney beans today, but you can do any kind of bean that you prefer. I like to cook with homemade bone broth. Has a lot of great minerals. I'm doing 1 cup of bone broth to 1 can of beans. I have rinsed those beans off from the water that it's been sitting in that can. And I'm going to start heating that up. With these beans, I'm going to add just again a pinch of salt, some black pepper, a little pinch of garlic powder, and then I'm going to do a pinch of freshly ground cumin. Okay, and turmeric. So I got my beans seasoned. Those are going to start boiling here in a minute. And we got about 16 minutes left on the congee. Stir those around about every 3 to 4 minutes. We're going to let this heat up for a minute and we'll be back. Hey guys, welcome back. We are down to about 4 minutes left on that congee. Now I call it congee, but in real terms, congee is a very liquidy porridge, so the ratio really is about 1 cup to 8 cups of water. So 1 cup of oats to 8 cups of water. This is the Americanized version of it, and then
Or Z's version.
Z's version at best.
And often rice is used. We're using oats.
So, as you can see, if you could come take a look into here, I've really browned these potatoes. We have a nice crisp onion now, and garlic gives a nice little texture to it, really good flavor. The beans are at a nice boil right now, and we're down about 3 more minutes. So once this hits, we'll release the steam, and then you're ready to go. So this is about a 25-minute meal. It's all vegan. It's all slow burning nutrients, and it really is sustainable. I will eat a bowl of this, and I will, as a big old guy myself, will not be hungry for the rest of the day. So it gives you so much nutrients and allows you to keep that energy up that we will all need in being quarantined with all of our crazy wild kids. So, give you about 2 more minutes on this and we'll get back. All right, we're back. We have this congee is done. We're releasing the heat. The beans have been boiling for over 10 minutes now, so they're nice and hot. So we're going to use some of this broth too, so we can kill the heat on everything right now.
We do have one correction from earlier in that it's vegan except for there's bone broth. Yeah.
Alright, so this is released. So if you could come look in here, you can see that this is more definitely a watery, more of a watery consistency. Yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first put my oats at the bottom of the bowl. Now we're gonna add our beans, or our potatoes on top of that. And then we're gonna do the beans. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna add some broth over the top of that. Okay. And I'm gonna finish it with some chimichurri. Don't have to use too much of the oil, you'll get a stomachache if you do, but there you go. I like to always top my things off with a little heat, so I add a little chili flake. And there you go. And that is Z's quarantine porridge. Keep it going.